Hi, I'm Cindy Howard, and I am here with Kim Noeth. I have been wanting to interview her actually since last year, and I'm grateful for Zoom. Kim Noeth is the founder of Birth Moms Today. It's a fantastic organization, and I'm going to ask Kim some questions. You're going to get to know her and hopefully be able to see how you can get involved as well. So, hi, Kim.
Hi, Cindy. How are you today?
I'm awesome. So I am really happy to be able to interview you. And
I'm happy
when I
to be
first
here.
heard about your organization, I'm like, this was such a great need. So I want you to tell us about how you got started and what is your purpose and passion?
Sure. All right. Well, Birth Moms Today is support for women that have placed a child for adoption. So it's personalized post-adoption care. And what we do is we provide support and encouragement and reminders to help, women as they go back into life after they've placed an child for adoption.
And how did you find out that this was an important need for other women?
Well, actually, I placed a child many years ago myself, and years later, after we reconnected, I kind of got online and started to see, who else out there maybe had a similar experience.
Mhm.
And what I found was that after all these years, women who have placed a child for adoption were still not receiving support and encouragement that they needed afterwards. And so I started a support group online. And much to my surprise, the support group really, got some incredible responses and people, were joining. And before I knew it, we were, at over 1,000 members. And what began happening was that was kind of like a classroom of really learning about what women were going through and other, situations that had placed a child for adoption as well, and hearing their stories and experiences and realizing just how much these women needed to be supported and encouraged and
Mhm.
just how vital that kind of post-adoption care really was.
Right.
So it kind of started with that little group.
And not, it's women get a lot of support in the beginning, but just like any kind of major event, people can forget that the needs are ongoing. It's not something that it's a one-time fix all. We all need relationship. We all need community.
That's very true, because many times, the expectant mom will be showered with love and people checking in on her to see that she's okay. And, you know, all of that goes away when she places. And the new family is busy raising a child, and now she's left to navigate, the post adoption journey alone. So our resources are out there to help her to be able to navigate that journey, and so that she can feel supported and know that she is not alone and that we're
Mhm.
here to help her along her way.
And I imagine when the birth date comes up of her baby, there's all kinds of emotions that flood in, and we can't be alone during that time.
That and with Mother's Day coming up, the Saturday
Mhm.
before Mother's Day is actually Birth Mother's Day.
Right.
And several years ago, I started sending out just cards in the mail to women that had placed a child. And boy, that took off. And I found myself, and I even had to enlist my kids for some of the occasions where, we all would fill these cards out together. And that just made me see what an incredible need this was. And last year I wasn't able to do the card ministry, but this year I, plan to do something online, and, I'm excited for that. But it's something that definitely can't be forgotten, because it's a
Mhm.
day that triggers a lot of the past feelings. And
Right.
if a birth mother has never gotten the help she's needed to grieve, many times that just keeps reopening the wounds, and the grief keeps resurfacing there.
Right. And it's in a place of safety that we can be healed and in community. So I so appreciate what you do.
Yes,
Now, I understand
absolutely.
that you have like workshops. Can you tell us about those?
Sure. One of the things that, I started was I did a local support group. And I started to see that the attendance was really low despite the creativity. I thought of different places near bus stops, in churches, to try to hold the meetings to make it accessible for women. But I found that today everybody's just so busy. And this is a really private thing. It's not something you're necessarily ready to just show up on a Monday, to go to a meeting and deal with. And as I thought about that, I thought about how much nicer it would be if there was some sort of a online safe place that they could go. And through that, I created the post adoption journey workshop. And I'm really proud of that. That's an outreach that has a bunch of different modules that women can go through, different lessons on, how to get through the post-adoption journey, how to deal with things like the grief, jealousy, and many times there's issues that were present in their life before they placed that need to be healed first before they can even begin to heal, the wounds from the adoption itself. So there's a lot of that kind of help. I provide one-on-one coaching calls so that we can, speak and go through the lessons together and just really, be that live encouragement. And in addition to that, we have live support groups online and, just trying to make a place that whether she comes for healing now or 10 years from now, she's still going to get the help that she needs when she's ready to get it. And that's what the post-adoption journey is all about. It's walking the journey together.
That's fantastic. Kim, I am so glad that you have developed the resources and you have got such a wonderful heart to be able to touch other women. I want to know, do you have any specific needs that others can help you with? And how can people get involved with your ministry?
Sure. Awareness is a big thing. Getting the awareness out there that post-adoption care is vital. And I believe that both adoption agencies and adoptive couples are obligated to offer this kind of support because it's so necessary, for the woman that's chosen them to raise her child. So that's something definitely is creating, that kind of awareness that these women need to be supported and they need the type of support that they need, not just, maybe a voucher to go to, get help with someone who's maybe not qualified to even help them.
Or has not walked that journey.
Yes, see, and that's a good point there because some of my biggest obstacles were, making people realize that it's not just a therapist or maybe a licensed counselor that is the best choice for giving, the type of support these women need, but more so it's so necessary that the person who offers the support has been there, that really understands that this is a very complex situation that most people are not ready for, just how complex it is, when they enter into the adoption experience. It's very different. And as, we get more resources and more awareness out there, I think that understanding is beginning to grow.
I think that's wonderful. And I like the awareness too, or the uplifting of birth mothers, because I see them as heroes. It's a very difficult choice, but they have not just given life for their child, they have given a couple the opportunity to have a family. And they need to be remembered and honored. And I would love to see them especially honored on this Saturday for when we celebrate mothers. So that's fantastic.
That's so true. Yes.
Go ahead.
You use the term hero, and one of the things I just wanted to share is that many times they don't feel like heroes. They feel very discouraged. And I think that there's the necessity to remind them that a loving mother makes a provision for her child. And sometimes that provision is putting yourself aside and choosing someone else to parent because maybe your life is not in the best place at that time to, provide the best care for a child. And that's the hard part of this is that when you're pregnant, you can't stop the clock. You can't figure, everything out and always come up with, different options. And sometimes you have to, make the best choice with what's available at that time. And, that's why it's so vital that these women, are recognized as, this is a really hard decision. They're putting their feelings aside for the betterment of their child. And that's exactly what a loving mother does. She makes a provision for her child's future.
Right.
And I think you're creating the same kind of awareness too, Cindy. You have an excellent resource that you provide to women who, have lost a child and, are able to still remember that child was an important part of them. And I remember finding you on social media. I was really excited because for the first time I was like, oh, wow, I love that. And that's something that I could actually offer as a tangible gift. Because so many times adoptive couples are like, what can we get for, our child's birth mom, especially on Birth Mother's Day, which is the Saturday before Mother's Day. And having found your necklace, what I love most about it is that it's a tangible way that, a woman who's placed a child can still keep her child close to her heart. I love the fact that you put a birthstone here. My son and I, we share a birth month. So it was really nice that, for mine, I was able to get the same birthstone. And if I'm not mistaken, you can get one for both the child and the mom. Is that right?
Yes, you can get more than one birthstone. Absolutely. We customize it to whatever the woman wants. Yes.
And what a great even conversational piece. I think it's also a great resource for churches and other organizations to have something that's actually, again, a tangible way of creating awareness and conversation around topics that are often neglected.
That's right.
And I think that it's so important because this topic, affects a woman's whole life.
Yes.
Once this, is part of their story, it doesn't go away. It's a
Right.
chapter. It's not the whole story, but it's definitely something they carry with them. And to be able to attach something special to what they carry, I think is a really great thing. So I absolutely love the Vita pendant, and I'm
Thank you.
so glad that we connected and we were able to
I
get
I
together
am
today.
I am so glad we did too. How can people get a hold of you? And we will
Well,
also give this information when we put out this the video too.
sure. Would love to hear from adoption agencies who would like to implement this type of personalized care. They're very busy doing what they do, and be really, helpful to be able to outsource to us at Birth Moms Today. And we'll shower your birth moms with love and encouragement because that's what we do best. We love and we encourage, birth moms. But you can reach me at my website, birthmomstoday.com. We're also on Facebook, and that's where you'll find our private support group. We have a group just for birth moms. We only have birth moms in there because it's important that they have a safe place where they can share their hearts. You can reach me at email at birthmomstoday@gmail.com. And, I look forward to having more people, join in on creating awareness for such an important topic.
Kim, thank you for what you do. Thank you for your heart, and I am just so grateful for what you provide. And I'm looking forward to this touching a lot of women's hearts and bringing them life and joy and encouragement. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Cindy. We
Okay.
might be small, but we're mighty, right?
Yep. Have a great day.
You too. Have a great day, Cindy.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.